So, this is a nice little rant vid. So, if you're not familiar with my rant vids, I go off on shit because fuck it, I love doing it. And the thing is, I'm not going to be recycling the same shit that you hear or see from other people. It's, my personal POV on the situation. So, this one is why Star Wars isn't working. Yeah, I can already hear the fanboys. It's working just fine. Stop talking bad about it. I haven't even started yet. So this is a snippet from a conversation I had on my channel about my review on Electra Director's Cut. So I'll say some of the new Marvel is good, but not everything. That's true because we were talking about how older Marvel is better and nostalgic, and it has chemistry. There's shit there that's good about it. But one thing I hate seeing on Twitter is it's the most comic booky film ever. I cringe seeing that shit. It's like, dumbass, that's because it is a comic book film. The humor aspect is annoying as fuck. I've talked about that and why the MCU isn't working good. You can check that out. Marvel tries too hard to appease kids while DC and others know their target audience and don't fuck around. True. If people didn't focus on apartheid labels, Rotten Tomatoes, leaks, box office, and niggling, shit would be a lot better. And this applies to Star Wars. This really does. It's literally the same shit. And if corporate would stop looking through the money lens, it would do wonders for quality. Yeah. Not to mention the fact of pushing project after project out to overwhelm people. It is overwhelming. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars anymore. The shit has lost its charm. It really has. It's one reason I'm done with Star Wars. It sucks because of all the content. Fuck Ahsoka and everything else coming out. I really feel that way. It's not exciting anymore. There's no excitement factor. Between shoehorning CGI Luke into every show and OT reliance, it's pitiful. Yeah, it really is. Now you got me wanting to make a vid about this shit. So here we are. So, yeah, I just. Star Wars ain't working to me because they shoehorn in Luke and the OT, and all they do is like, we're gonna make new stuff. That's all they say. We're doing new stuff, but it's not really new. It's just, here's something new, but we have to have OT in it. It doesn't need OT. It never needed OT. It doesn't need JVS, Jedi versus Sith, in it. It doesn't. You can do a total standalone without any of that shit. It's possible. Look at Republic Commando. Fuck. Oh, look at Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Oh, God. There's so many possibilities to do, and they don't care. All they see is just money, money, money. A tiny ass, little ass lens of money. And I watched a vid that popped up on Twitter about how people were complaining about Flash's VFX. I don't give a fuck about it, honestly. But the guy pointed out that, when you have a project schedule where it's like multiple projects on the slate, yeah, shit's gonna go downhill easily because it's so much to work on. Like, if you're trying to push out shit to meet shareholder quota, it's not going to appease fans. It's going to piss them all off. And this is going to happen when Ahsoka drops. When Ahsoka comes out, I've already seen the complaining about how Thrawn looks. I don't give a fuck how he looks. They're going to complain about how Rosario looks, how the show is, how so-and-so is not in it, blah, 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 blah. It's just endless, pointless niggling out of fans. It's like, why don't you all just shut the fuck up and enjoy it for what it is? How hard is that? And there's the people who are like, oh, but it's making so much money. There's so much money being made. Like, it's not about the fucking money. It's about the quality. not the quantity, the quality. A lot of you don't know the difference between the two words. It's like, oh, it's the same fucking thing. Like, no, it's not. Quantity is what all's been pushed out this year so far. We're halfway through the fucking year. Look at all that's come out. That's quantity. Now, look at it again. How much of that is good quality? Meaning, is it really good or is it just dog shit? That's how I look at it. And it's honestly 50-50. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. And it's so dumb and just retarded how Disney and Lucasfilm keep pushing shit out and how they don't care at all. Like, oh, we're doing it for the fans. We're doing it because we know we're doing it. You don't. God almighty. If it ain't fans calling Dave Filoni God and then acting like Star Wars Theory is Jesus Christ come back, yeah, that motherfucker. Can't wait to hear him bitch about it. I saw bricks and screws. It took me out of it. Fuck off, crybaby. Don't watch it. God. Want to watch something intelligent? Go watch Trek. Oh, wait. Don't know about that, do ya? Fuck. But no, my main beef with fans is people will gobble the shit up and think there's nothing wrong. They just gobble it up. They're like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And you try to point something else out that's better than that, and they're like, no, it's not. It's trash. You're going to ruin my perception of what's good. Or you have the dumbass fans who are like, oh, but on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a blah, blah, blah percent. I don't give a fuck about what a website says. If you need a website to tell you, listen to this. If you need a website to tell you how good something is, you don't know how to formulate an opinion. You need to stay the fuck off social media till you learn how to formulate an opinion. Just saying. Like, ugh, zero intelligence, motherfucker. God. But, like, I don't know, Star Wars just, like, burned out completely. Like, they've just bloated it up so hard that it's not even what it's supposed to be. I mean, the last thing of Star Wars I watched was Visions Volume 2. That was good. I liked that. That was nice. But everything else, just, I haven't really touched it because it's not worth my time. And it's sad because I used to love that stuff, but it's hard to get into. It's hard to enjoy. Because if you keep going back to what worked before, your product is going to suffer. This is why I can compare it to Star Trek easily. Because without Star Trek, without Star Trek, you wouldn't have Star Wars. Hell, go further back. Without H.G. Wells, you would not have science fiction. Without Isaac Asimov, you wouldn't have sci-fi robots today. No. The first motherfucker to think about science fiction before everybody got popular, we wouldn't have that today. None of this shit would exist. Nothing. Christ. Just the two genres, science and fiction. The pioneers of both those genres. Nothing would be out today. Nothing. Nothing at all. Wouldn't be here today. It's just really sad. Like, you see how much of a shell it's really become when you step away from it for so long. You really see how it is. And when you try to explain it to people in a non-toxic manner, they respond with toxicity. Or they just don't want to hear it. Or like, yeah, whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. You're biased. Like, I'm not fucking biased. Yeah, I don't like the OT, but I'm not going to be, throwing that in every fucking video I have. I mean, if I did it for every video I had, that'd be so pathetic. I'd be another fucking YouTuber. Nah, I'm unique. Ugh. I thought it was sirens or fire truck over across the way. Ugh. But yeah, I just wish Star Wars would get its shit in gear and do something that was more productive versus sticking to OT reliance and Jedi versus Sith. Oh, that's one. They had the potential when they had biomes, and look what a shit show that turned out to be. Yeah, that easily could have been an educational series, but no, they didn't even go that far. There's like, oh, look at these different atmospheres and planets. Pathetic. God. Same with vehicle fly-throughs. They had the opportunity to literally adapt the incredible cross sections for the ships. Didn't do that. There's like, oh, look inside. This is so cool. Like, you had the opportunity. God. Oh, there's so many things they could do. They could do a wildlife series. They could do a flora fauna series. They could do a botany study. They could do a fucking cooking series. Because there's so many Star Wars cookbooks out now. And you could have kids learning how to cook and shit. It's educational value. I don't want to do it. Because there's like, oh, lightsabers and OT. It's all we know. We're not smart enough to do something educational. Fucking numbnuts. It's a trip to me. Like that's the whole basis of that. Whereas Trek, going back to that, because I got off track for a little bit, but on track. Trek reinvented itself every series. They didn't stick to the same shit. And I love that. Like, it was so fucking smart. Because if they'd have stuck with Enterprise throughout the whole 50 years it's been on syndication and shit, and movies, it would have suffered so badly. And even in Trek, there's diversity because you have a fan base that likes different captains, different shows. People who love Enterprise over TNG, people who love DS9 over Voyager, people who love Disco over Lower Decks over Voyager, Voyager over Enterprise, Enterprise over the original series, and so on and so forth. The Kelvin timeline versus the original six film, or no, yeah, the original six films, then the six films versus TNG's trilogy. On and on. And then you have the ones who will love the books over the shows. And comics too. It's amazing. It's so diverse. And it's for every fandom. But with Star Wars, like, you have such a hate-filled, toxic fan base that doesn't know shit from Shinola. If it's a new series with a female lead, a black female lead, ooh, baby. Wait, them racists come crawling out. Can't have a black female. We need Aryan pride in this bitch. Aryans for life. Caucasian pride rules. That's how they roll. Fucking idiots. And if it's not enough for them, they gotta make death threats and all that bullshit. And it's sad. But going back to the main point of this. But all this is a main point anyway. If they would stop pushing so many projects out inside a calendar year, if they dropped it from, I don't know how many they have out now, I can't keep track anymore. If they dropped it down to 3 a year, 3 would be cool. That would be workable. That wouldn't be so overbearing. But to have it like back to back to back, oh, it's so draining. Because, I've seen articles talking about how, when Kenobi ended, we're going back to Tatooine again. Nobody wants to go back to Tatooine. Fuck Tatooine. Tatooine has become the new Jakku. Nobody wants to go to Jakku. Mm. And it's annoying. It's like, yeah, I want a break. And Kenobi was a fucking shit show. Good God. Although Moses was fucking beautiful. She was really good in that. But the rest of that series, oof. You can check my review out on that if you want to. But, yeah. But if they would just realize that they have so much more potential versus that stupid small ass lens they roll with, they could do so much better. I mean, hell, they don't even. What's really shitty, ow, damn it, is the annual celebration uh, locations. They have their art contests. Well, no, they have their art releases and stuff. And it's always the same small circle of artists. And it's pitiful. It's so stupid. And they're like, oh, yeah, you can register for a chance. And it's like you have to be under a certain umbrella. That's pathetic. Like, I follow so many artists, and many of them would do wonderful under a Star Wars piece, easily. So they would knock the competition the fuck out. They're that fucking good. But again, Star Wars wants to stay in their little circle and they don't want to let anybody else in. It's sad. They could have a fanfic contest. I could take over that shit easily. But there again, they don't want to. They want to have their own little writing group that knows what the fuck they're doing. Knows. God, so stupid. But they just don't care. And of course, there's the plagiarisms and the stealing of art and all that, and not crediting artists and stuff as well. But what would I like to see if Star Wars got their shit together? Something that's not a rehash, something brand fucking new, something that sticks out and says, you know, this is Star Wars. This is fun. This is educational. This is entertaining. This sticks out for all the right reasons, not all the wrong ones. Something that wouldn't piss off everybody. You know, it's so dumb. But they'll never do it because they're cowards. They're plain fucking cowards. And it's so dense. And if you think I just harbor a grudge and shit, you have missed the whole point of this video. And you're like, blah, 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 blah. Or if you're like, I get what you're saying, but. Or like, you know what you're talking about, but. It's like, man. And I don't knock on other YouTubers and shit. You know, I'm just saying that's how people perceive Star Wars theory. He's the next Jesus Christ. It's really stupid. But whatever. It's just funny. And I'm not the only one who feels this way about, you know, Star Wars quality. You know, others speak up, but they're very quiet about speaking up. They aren't as recognized, and they get put down even faster. Me, I'm more vocal about it. That's my thing. I'm vocal. You know, I don't give a shit how others feel because why do I got to cater to somebody's feelings, you know? This is my opinion. You know, I don't expect you to religiously follow me. I don't expect you to religiously, you know, make a fucking shrine and shit. I mean, if you made a shrine, cool. Fuck it. That's awesome. I might stop buying autograph the bitch. Oh, God. But nah. It's just, I want to see Star Wars be better. I really want to see it be better. I don't want to see it keep devolving into something that has a soulless identity. You know? But it is what it is. And pretty soon, and probably in a few years, they'll end up having an AI Star Wars series or movie. Nah, they will. Trust me. They will. Because it's big money and corporate lens. It's good money. That's how they roll. So that's how I feel. That's what I got. But if you feel this way and you get what I'm saying, awesome. If you don't and you miss the entire fucking point, watch again and listen. Because this video is mostly about listening versus, just jumping in. You're mean. You're a big meaniehead. You don't know shit about Star Wars. You're not a real fan. You're not a true fan. Like, nigga, I will take that true fan shit. I will beat you over your fucking head with it. God. Oh, man. That's another thing I don't like, that true fan shit. You're not a true fan. Why aren't you a true fan? A true fan wouldn't say that about a good franchise. You must not get out much. You must not have a lot of real friends. God. Maybe you should stop beating off the slave Leia hanging on your wall. Yeah, you, motherfucker. God. But that's where I'm at, so. I'm gonna hop off here. Do what I do best. Beat my meat like it owes me money. No, I'm not even in the mood for that. I mean, I am, but not really. You know how it is. I gotta have the right mood and mindset for that shit. Gotta have the candles. Gotta have the music. Is it gonna be Barry White? Is it gonna be Ray Charles? Is it gonna be Aretha Franklin? I don't know. I might throw Post Malone on and go for it. Oh, man. But if you had a good time watching this, awesome. Glad it'll make you happy. So, that's my thoughts. So, until next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.